Hey everyone, I've got some important Amazon news to share with you. I think everyone needs to know about this. I don't know why it's not been talked about, shouted about more, and why there hasn't been a bit more communication from Amazon. Like, to me, this seems like a multiple email kind of deal, just to make sure that you don't miss it and you don't get taken by surprise by what's going on. I've only had the one email about it, and I don't know about you, but my inbox gets pretty busy, so this one was actually going to be an easy one to miss if it wasn't for me having a real tidy up of my inbox just by chance last week. So this email, I think, is about 2 weeks old at the point of recording this. So let me read it out to you. As we look ahead to the busy festive shopping season, we're preparing for greater utilization of the FBA network and increased fulfillment and transportation operating costs across the supply chain. Similar to major carriers, we'll introduce a holiday peak fulfillment fee to help cover increased seasonal costs. The holiday peak fulfillment fee will apply to select FBA orders delivered to buyers in the UK between October the 15th, 2025 and January 14th, 2026. The fee will apply to small and standard parcels, as well as large and extra large envelopes fulfilled via local FBA and remote fulfillment from the EU to the UK. The average fee will be 10p per parcel item and 5p per large or extra large envelope item. The holiday peak fulfillment fee won't apply to oversized or low price FBA items. Our selling partners are incredibly important to us, and this is not a decision we made lightly. The entire industry experienced increased operational costs over the festive season. That much is true, and this change enables us to maintain delivery speed, expand fulfillment capacity, and support customer demand during this busy period. The holiday peak fulfillment will also apply to select FBA orders delivered to buyers in Germany, and you can find out a bit more about the fee rates and so forth via the actual announcement page on the Amazon website. From October the 1st, 2025, you'll also be able to preview holiday peak fulfillment fees in the revenue calculator and the FBA fee preview report. So, you've got it all there. I don't think there's anything I need to break down any further. It all is fairly straightforward. But yet, this just seems to be the thing that Amazon are going to put into the works this Q4. Every Q4, something happens. And this looks to be this Q4's one. For example, last Q4, I remember it was certain brands being randomly gated for anyone that wanted to then sell those things. We also had, not too long before the start of Q4, we also had the bundle policy change in the US. So this just looks to be this year's thing. It happens every year. There's usually something. But you know, whilst there is a bit of an increased fee there, which obviously would rather not have, if it means that things do run smoother in an operation sense, and this is something we'll have to wait and see about, if it does mean that operations are smoother, then, you know, it's sort of like a give and take sort of thing. So if this does prove that to be true and things are smoother, then, you know, maybe it is worth it, because we know that Q4 is busy. We know how stocked up Amazon gets, and it can be really slow, which is why, you know, anyone will tell you to get your stuff sent in prior to Q4. Like at this point in time, at the start of September, you should preferably be sending in your last bits to ensure that Q4 just runs smoother and you don't have to send in as much. You don't have to deal with all of that alongside the other busyness that comes with Q4. So that's why typically Q2 is the start of Q2 is really the best sort of marker to put in your calendar as a time to start prepping for Q4. So, you know, with that being done, you know, hopefully you won't need to do too much where this sort of gets involved. But obviously, if this is your first Q4 and you've just gotten started with Amazon, say, then you'll probably be experiencing a bit more of this than those that have been sending in their stuff to Amazon like well in advance. And obviously, even with that, there is, again, a bit of weighing up to do, because if you send in stuff, say, a couple months ahead of time, of course it means that there's a lot less weight on your shoulders during Q4, which is ideally what you want. But of course you'll be paying increased storage fees, because obviously you are keeping that stuff in storage for longer. So there's a bit of weighing up to do there. But if we are just thinking about operations and speed and stuff, getting it in before October's generally the best thing. However, obviously it's just important to know this for if you are replenishing anything, which I imagine you likely will be doing during the next couple of months. And obviously this will then stop midway through the first month of 2026. But I don't know if we'll see this for Q4 2026. We'll have to wait and see on that one. This will be a first for Amazon and all sellers involved, so we'll see how it goes, but it's important to know. Hopefully this helped.